Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel. And today we will be talking about my favorite movie, the Netflix classic Nomina. Now, Nomina starts off with telling us a story about a faraway kingdom. And the kingdom doesn't have a name, it's just the kingdom. So, she starts telling us about the kingdom, and so we drop off in the story and we meet Bowler, we start off in the story and we meet Bowler, the man Bowler, who is going to become a knight with his boyfriend Aldera. And he is nervous because he was like, what if they don't accept me as a knight? And Azura tells him, calm down, they're gonna love you just like I do. And just let me say, they're just so cute. Okay. So anyways, it is time for the knighting ceremony. So, Azura and Bowler, they get ready and they put on their armor. And Azura is knighted to save is now knighted to serve the queen. But the people in the city are not sure about Bowler because he is a commoner. So people in the city is not sure if he should be knighted as the knight to serve the queen or not. So it is now Bolyard's turn to be knighted, and the queen gives a very, 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 very heartwarming speech. So she takes Bolyard's sword and she knights him. And then, when it is over, facing, okay, with the sword in, okay, with the sword facing the other way, some green light come out of it, and then the green light kills the queen, and Aldera, his boyfriend, to stop him, he cuts his arm off. So 100 years later, Boldry is in hiding, and Nomina sees everything on TV, and they say how Boldred is a bad guy because he killed the queen. But let me remind you, the knighting was over, and he had his sword facing the other way so he could put it away. He didn't know a green light would come out of it. And he just thought he had a regular sword like everyone else had a regular sword. So Lamona, hearing that he's a criminal, she says to herself, he's perfect. So she goes to his door and she offers to work for him. And he actually says no, because he actually says, I'm going to prove my innocence on my own, and I'm going to be a knight again. So, Lamona tries to tell him, if you go to the council now and try to prove your innocence to the kingdom, they will not believe you. not listening to Ramona, my queen, Ramona. I love her. I love her. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I just love her. So not listening, he goes to the kingdom anyway, and he says, I didn't do it, I didn't kill the queen. So, the person who's under the queen, the councilwoman, I forgot what they called her. Okay, the person who's under the queen goes to see him in prison, because they threw him in prison, goes to see him, and she says, why did you do it? The queen took up for you when people in the kingdom didn't even want to take up for you, and they did not even want you to be a knight in the first place, but the queen did. So why'd you take her life? And then Bulger keeps saying that he did not do it, he did not do it, he did not do it. But nobody will believe him. So sitting in prison by himself, Lamona pops in and saves his life and actually breaks him out. She saves his life by breaking him out of jail. So anyways, while they are escaping, Lamona is just breaking stuff, and honestly, I'm with her. I'm like, I am so with her, cause Bulls, wait, Bull, wait, Bullher, Bull, Bullsher wants to do things the polite way, where he just wants to talk to the council and explain everything about the accident with killing the queen. But Ramona says, no, we should break some stuff and get our revenge. And basically, I'm kinda with Ramona on this one. Oh, and by the way, they do get away, but this is when Ramona reveals that she's a shapeshifter, and he is kind of like freaking out, panicking. Like, how could you do that, Ramona? How are you a shapeshifter? And then Ramona says, I'll explain later, run. So while they're on the train, they are thinking the best solution what to do. Okay, so Bulger thinks of a plan. If he could find the person who gave him the sword, he can make him explain everything. So Ramona shapeshifts into a little kid, and so they kidnap the guy, and it turned out that the counselor woman, the woman that was under the queen, the prime minister, she well, she actually switched the swords, and she actually killed the queen with switching Bolter's sword with the other one. So, meanwhile, we got Austrian, wait, Austrian, anyway, his boyfriend over here talking to the counselor woman, saying that he's fine, but deep down he feels bad about what he did to Bulger's arm, and he wants to believe that Bulger is a good guy. So Bulger comes up to the kingdom to show his boyfriend Austria that he is actually innocent, and it was the prime minister who killed the queen and actually switched the swords. But since the prime minister was right there, this evil woman Aldria, his boyfriend and the love of his life, just took up for the queen, and him and Nomina team up to fight the knights off. So while Nomina is fighting on the other side, and Bulger is fighting while Bulger is fighting his boyfriend, there was this cool music playing, and they actually win the fight, but Austria thinks that Bulger may be right, and he thinks that that his boyfriend is telling the truth, and that the Prime Minister, which she did, switched the swords, but since they don't have proof, they gotta go get proof. So Ramona, again, who is a genius, she shapeshifts into Austria, and then she goes in the office as him, and the Prime Minister actually confesses everything, and she says she's the one that killed the queen. And she actually stabs Aldria. But do not feel bad, my friends, because it was all a setup. Lamona was Aldria, and Lamona didn't really get stabbed. And here's the thing. Boulder has it all on tape that the Prime Minister confessed to the crime. And Nomina and Bulger, they actually celebrate with uploading the video. And honestly, I really do like this scene. I love this scene. And then Austria, I know I'm pronouncing this wrong. Aldria, because it's in my notes and it says Aldria. So, Austria gets the wrong information again from the Prime Minister lady. And then she ends up making another video saying that it wasn't her in the video confessing, even though it was. She said it was Lamona, and then Aldria tells Bulger the truth. Well, not the truth. I mean, I guess the truth about Nomina's past, and he says, Nomina's been lying to you. She's a creature who wants to take everything and destroy everything in her wake, but no, she is actually a shapeshifter, you guys. So anyways, Aldria goes to explain that Bulger is in trouble because Nomina is a shapeshifter from a long time ago, and how he wants to just destroy and how she wants just to destroy him. But you know that's not true. I mean, come on. Guys, you just had a good time, dancing and celebrating that you uploaded the video. You guys had pizza, sodas. You guys were dancing, celebrating, like she finally made a friend. Do not do this to my girl, Nomina. But he goes home, and then he shows Nomina what he found. And yes, that is the truth. But that's not the whole truth. A long time ago, Ramona did come to Earth, she explained to him. But everybody viewed her as a monster because they never seen a shapeshifter before. So Bulger turns on her and he says, "You're not a friend and you're not my partner. You're not my friend and you're not my partner. You're a monster." So she runs away and she turns into this big black cloud of anger. Well, not a cloud, but a shape of anger. And the way that it's drawn is so unique and so well done. The animation in this movie is incredible. So anyway, she ends up destroying the town. But it's here we learn some backstory. When she was a little girl, she actually met this little girl named Gloria, who is the counselor that's under the queen. So I guess, okay. So anyway, she met Gloria when she was a little kid, and Gloria found out she was a shapeshifter, and she was amazed by her. So while they were playing one day, she shapeshifted into a bear, and she was pretending to chase her, and they were having fun until her parents saw, and then all the villagers called her a monster, and they were throwing stuff at her. But then when Gloria saw her again, because of what her parents said, "She is a monster, stay away from her, we don't want you anywhere near." So Gloria ended up saying, "Go back into the dark where you which you came," with the sword in her hand. So, remembering that terrible day where she lost her first friend in decades and years, she just grew sadder and sadder. So, with the statue pointing a sword at her, she lifted herself up and was getting ready to get stabbed by the statue. But Boulder stopped her and he apologized. And he says, "I see you. You are not a monster. You're my best friend and you're my partner." And then she went down to her normal size, and then they forgave each other with a hug. And the best part is, this was all on the big screen. Like the nighting was, like the day that Bulger and Aldria got knighted, it was on the big screen. Like, everything's on a big screen, so everybody in town is watching. But with the town, but actually with the town watching this exchange, I think everybody has come to the understanding that Nomina is not dangerous, that she is just a really cool shapeshifter. And then the counselor woman has to come in here yet again and says fire. But Aldria says no, because she's not doing anything dangerous anymore. She is just hug, she is just hugging Boulder. She's not doing anything dangerous anymore. So, with that in mind, the queen gets mad and she tries to attack Ramona, but she ends up attacking the whole town. And Ramona says, "Hey boss, I'll be right back. It's time to rewrite the story." So Ramona ends up fighting the counselor woman in this big explosion. And the counselor woman is defeated in this big explosion, and then all pink rained down. But with that being said, so was Ramona. Ramona sacrificed herself to save the town. And so Ramona did. She saved the town. And at the end, there was and then at the end, there was a shrine dedicated to Ramona. And Andrea and Bullard, they got back. They got back together. Um, excuse me. I got one question. Like, why wasn't there a wedding? They're so cute. I wanted to see a wedding. Okay. Anyways, so Bulger and Altrian are at the shrine, and Bulger picks up a picture of Ramona, a picture that a little girl drew, and he takes it home and he puts it on his wall. And then he gets a knock at his door. And then Lamona voice says, "Hey boss." And then he says, "Oh my god." And then that's the end of the movie. Bye, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.